So I know this may only seem tangentially related to feminism, but I thought I'd do a video on this because it's a phenomenon that I think has a lot of sort of undercurrents of patriarchy, and it's the whole nice guy phenomenon. But I'm a nice guy. Women don't go for me. I don't know why they have to be such rude, and they always go for assholes, and you know, and yada yada yada. There's I guess I find this particularly humorous because I used to be one of those guys, uh, and looking back on it, it's a bit embarrassing to think about. There was a Tumblr site recently. It got taken down, but it's called The Nice Guys of OkCupid, and it's all these guys who have on their profile that I'm just a nice guy. Women don't want to date me. They always go for assholes. Fuck those bitches, and they don't realize how very unnice they're actually being in their complaining about women and making them all out to be evil because they go for assholes. But first of all, I think there's a tendency to overstate the extent to which women go for assholes. I mean, certainly, there are assholes who get laid. There are also a lot of assholes who complain about not getting laid. But they have this whole concept of the friend zone, as if being friends with a woman is such a horrible punishment. And God, I have tons of female friends. I must be in hell, right? Well, I also have a somewhat active dating life. Not I'm not going to say that women are knocking down my door, but ever since I dropped the whole nice guy thing, it's definitely, my relationships with women have definitely improved a lot. Let's just say that. The thing is, there's a certain kind of sense of entitlement in the whole nice guy thing. The idea is that by being nice, you're somehow owed sex or owed a relationship. That being friends with a woman, listening to her problems, is some sort of like monetary exchange. Like you're paying niceness coins, and so the sex will fall out. It doesn't work like that. In fact, for one thing, when I hear guys complain about women say they only want a nice guy but they go for assholes, I actually don't really hear that many women actually say that they only want a nice guy. It's usually guys complaining that they only want a nice guy. But the thing is, it's not enough to be nice. Yes, you should be nice. In fact, look at some behaviors of yours that might not be nice, because I think that that women don't want to be told that they're all a bunch of selfish bitches and they're just shallow. I think that's probably not what they want to hear. That also, try to be nice and interesting. Like get a hobby, develop a talent. Learn guitar, or read some interesting books. That's one thing that really helped me. Was just the fact that I happened to read a lot, and talk about interesting ideas that gives you a certain charm to some women, the kind of women I want to be with. So there's that. I mean, there's also the whole confidence thing, and here's the thing. Like, the opposite of confidence is not shyness; it's fake confidence. Don't try to fake confidence. That's just not gonna get you. It's no more helpful than your faking niceness, because that's really what it is when you use the whole nice guy routine while also putting down 51% of the world's population. So I mean, for me, going to the gym and working out was a big confidence booster. Not that I have a great body, but just doing something for myself, and to prove myself for my health, and just the physical activity really gave me a greater sense of confidence, where I actually felt confident within myself about who I am, rather than based on any social affirmation of me. So your mileage may vary on that, but confidence is something that is built by doing things that to be confident about. And I guess there's this one idea that I learned about from the MRA movement this is the funniest thing ever. They have this idea called creep shaming, which it's like they're they're sort of variation on slut shaming, which we'll go through. But the idea is that it's misandrous to call a guy a creep, that he's creeping on. Now, I'm not going to say that when women call a guy a creep, it's always necessarily appropriate. It's like it could be some guy who's just there could be some situations where a guy just is ugly and they don't want to talk to him and they call him a creep. So that's obviously there are situations like that, but they tend to, but the way they make it out to be is like if any guy is acting creepy, then and then it's misandrous of her to call a guy a creep. And it's sometimes they'll say that he could be autistic or something like that, and that's why they're calling it a creep. That just doesn't have social skills, and they're being, well. First of all, if that was the case, that wouldn't be misandrous. That would be ableist. But personally, for me, I have Asperger's. That I was diagnosed with. I guess Asperger's was taken out from the DSM books recently, so now it's just called high functioning autism. But yeah, I am autistic, but I've learned to develop social skills over time. And one thing I didn't do over the years when my social skills weren't so good was try to impose myself on in a woman's personal space and use that lack of social skills to try and talk to her in a sexual way. Like that's not what you do. Like it's. I know that for guys, there's the whole imperative of getting laid. You have to have sex. I spent many years, in a very lonely state of being, but I would rather than that than have creeped out a lot of women in the way. It's better to work on yourself, be confident in who you are, regardless of, what sort of social affirmation you're getting, and then look upon women not as sex opportunities, but as people. And then you might be surprised at how they start reacting. I was. I mean, for most of my 20s, I had like no dating life whatsoever, and then within the past couple years, and so from about the time I turned 29, it's been surprisingly uphill since then. So, like, and I don't want to, like, I'm also afraid of this video turning into like a dating advice thing. Like, yeah, I'm in a sense I am giving dating advice, but it's more like how to not be a shitty person, and then and you can be less shitty and still have better dating opportunities. So I just thought I'd put that out there. Peace.